London's Portobello Film Festival has been the launchpad for directors, including Madonna's husband, Guy Ritchie. The festival showcases some of the more off-the-wall films by Britain's up-and-coming talent. Typhoon Kadola has been looking at this year's entries.
The Portobello Film and Video Festival has been described as the biggest celebration of independent film in Europe and dubbed the wild side of Brit film.
And you know how you know it's definitely Mickey Mouse? Because whenever you turn your head, the ears always stay in the same place. This is the first time ever I've done a show where the work's all done. It's done beforehand, so there's none of that, like hammering nails at and things beforehand.
Not really my thing, you know what I mean? Nip it in the fucking bud.
Hello? Big time. This is Ira Gelt. Remember me? Your financier?
God, it's fucking...
Yeah, I don't ordinarily make these calls myself, but I just wanted you to know, and I'm sure you know, that the money I gave you is due now.
The money's gonna come. The money's coming.
And I don't know how you're gonna get it to me while you're there in Great Britain. I want my fucking money now. Where's my fucking money?
You have to raise your voice, my man. Calm down, calm down.
Look, you little pickaninny piece of shit. I want my money, okay?
And it's a $50 million phone call for the telephone company.
Galaxy like ours, each one with billions of stars in it. How can there not be more life?
Goulburn Road, in the Goulburn Road. If you are looking for something to eat, the finest of foods is right here on the street. Sea bass, falafel, kebab and tagine.
I've come for my pay.
Could you pass me that tin?
You talk to him and then you come to me and you put cream on my hemorrhoids. You've seen my shit, my piss, you hear my wind. I squeeze your ass.
Sometimes I spit in your food.
This is the printing process and planning a book of 12 etchings, wax and smoked so it's dark, and you simply scratch through it with a needle that doesn't have to be very sharp.
Look!
Everyone thinks they can change the world or leave their mark on the world. And we were very lucky in that we did leave our mark on the world. And we did change the generation's way of thinking, because until the Clash came along and the Pistols, I mustn't leave the Pistols out, you know, I mean, it was like a you know, big fat musicians, you know what I mean, rolling in money, you know, ELP, Pink Floyd, all that sort of band, you know, don't give a fuck about the fans, walk on stage, close their eyes, ignore the fans, say thank you very much, Birmingham, and walk off.
Enough about Eddie Johnny Manson. Let's talk about us. That sure is a pretty dress you've got on, honey. Hush now, baby. I have to get her off.
The banks withhold the rent. Shitters are a wank and the landlord's bent. It's time that the baby's kept quiet. No, it ain't. Open up the nicks, close down the schools. The law is a prick, not fit to write the rules. It's time that the baby's kept quiet. No, they're cool.
We get people coming and looking around the farm here all the time. They read all about it, you see, and they wonder what sort of set up, whether we live in a hippie commune or what. You know, they're not quite sure what it is, are they? So they don't realise, until they come here, they don't realise that we're just ordinary people. You know, we live in ordinary...
So how was that running scene done when you were running down the mountain?
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of running. A lot of running. Especially coming out of the cactus.
Oh, okay.
When I started that running, and you see I end up in the mountain.
Uh-huh.
And then the camera stood fast like this. And you see, I just bursting through the bushes coming out.
May I help you, sir?
It's sad that a poet of my reputation has to do a whole lot of gigs just to make a buck.
Yeah, of course it's sad. It's very sad. Did you know that the day after Hal was cleared of obscenity charges was the day Sputnik 1 was launched into orbit?
Yeah, wouldn't that...
Industry. The British film industry seemed to be in the doldrums a bit. There wasn't really anything very interesting happening. And also with all the new technology that was coming out, there was a lot of people making films and they didn't have any platform for it. So we decided right from the start to show every single film that was submitted. Most of the films are short, so even if you think they're boring, they'll be over quite quickly.
Heard the alarm clock screaming with pain. Couldn't find myself, so I went back to sleep again. So fill my ears with silver, stick my legs in plaster, tell me lies about Vietnam. Every time I shut my eyes, all I see is flames. Made a marble phone book, carved all the names. So coat my eyes with butter, fill my ears with silver, stick my legs in plaster, tell me lies about Vietnam.
The
album start between me and my guitar.
Kensington and Chelsea, so you're either one way or the other. For me, personally, you're either in Notting Hill Gate in a rich house, or you're in a building like Grenfell. That's just my opinion, but there was a big divide.
Called Trellick Tower. Trellick Tower is a Grade 2 listed building which was opened in 1972 and famously built by the brutalist architect Erno Goldfinger.
Because the Portobello Film Festival is free to enter and anyone can submit to it, and they'll have anything, literally. We wouldn't get a chance any other way of showing our film to such a large audience.
A kid from Baltimore who made many films there as a child. Mundo Trasho, Eat Your Makeup, Diane Linkletter's Story.
Fine. Well, here, how do you feel to be on these shores?
Oh, it's great to be back here. I love London.
Island for use as a shelter home.
Maximal art. Maximal art.
I'm Joe, and this is the Mutoid Waste Company's Airborne Division.
We wanted to go back to Berlin to reunite the two.
What is the Mutoid Waste Company? The most brilliant organization I've ever seen.
I never went to college, did it out of a book.
Fundamental to the history of this country, whether the country likes it or not.
Correct. The answer is calcium. As we have seen, calcium occurs naturally within the tooth. Thus, man's very existence is inextricably linked to the white element.
Summer holidays and Christmas Day, I suppose, were the worst times for them.
We play local discos and youth club gigs, friends parties, but the sound never really got nowhere. I mean, it was always a dream of mine to be a big sound, and I hope to do that through Papa Lepke's sound, but it never made it at all.
We're gonna put about 4 songs with dub, you know, and put it out a heavy kind of disco like. Then we're gonna put out a 12-inch 45. And then early next year, we come with the album titled Give Rasta the Praise.
That's the same old track you
Yeah. But right now we're in the studio.
The war may make you. But my old man was in charge, was in a bottom of the rung CA job in Dublin because they'd only had a store in Dublin, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I don't know, they were doing some kind of... No,
So
he
you know
wasn't
it's
a
not
civil
civil
servant. No, but it's the same kind of fucking